When corporations execute massive mergers in the modern real estate market, they are dealing with structures that rival the size of small cities. Managing millions of properties and billions of dollars requires a vast interconnected infrastructure. This organizational chart maps out a specific massive combination. Compass International Holdings sits at the center, having absorbed major legacy brands into a single ecosystem. It now manages a portfolio of 9 distinct entities, including widely recognized names like Century 21, Sotheby's International Realty, and Corcoran. But the companies are only the framework. Operating within these 9 brands is a workforce of 340,000 independent real estate professionals. Bringing hundreds of thousands of disparate agents and historically fierce corporate competitors under one roof creates a severe management paradox. The sheer volume of assets and personnel makes the combined company highly powerful, but that exact same volume makes the entire structure vulnerable to collapse if the integration is mishandled. Financial filings and press releases always frame massive acquisitions as immediate victories. However, the harsh business reality is that physically merging 2 entirely different corporate ecosystems is incredibly chaotic, brutal work. We can see immediate strict structural change at the top of the new Compass organization. In February, former Anywhere CEO Ryan Schneider and Chief Technology Officer Rudy Wolfs quietly departed the company. That executive instability trickled down to the rest of the organization. The holding company subsequently executed team reductions and layoffs across both Compass and Anywhere, stating these cuts were necessary to align resources effectively. This illustrates the core operational crisis. A sprawling holding company is burdened with disparate tech stacks, clashing corporate cultures, and a massive workforce waiting for unified direction. As systems collide, data bottlenecks form at the points of intersection. Without immediate, decisive leadership to untangle these systems, the company's massive size quickly becomes a liability. The resulting operational vacuum threatens to fracture the newly merged empire from the inside out. To stabilize the corporate structure and address the growing friction, Compass chairman and CEO Robert Rufkin made a decisive strategic play. He created a role that did not previously exist within the company, its first ever chief operating officer. To fill this operational vacuum, Rufkin appointed Sue Yannaccone, citing her as the obvious choice to bridge the divide and build out the company's agent services. This timeline tracks Yannacone's 20-year trajectory in the real estate industry. She built deep institutional knowledge through early management roles at GMAC Home Services and later as CEO of ERA Real Estate, both legacy franchises now directly under the new Compass holding company. Her ultimate strategic advantage comes from her most recent position. As the former CEO of Anywhere Brands, she already possesses the precise internal knowledge required to navigate the specific companies Compass just absorbed. Appointing an insider from the acquired company is a highly calculated risk. It forces corporate integration at the absolute highest level, while ensuring the person directing the merger intimately understands the distinct value of the acquired brands. Yannaccone faces a highly complex mandate. She must scale the technology, agent services, and learning development across all 9 brands simultaneously. Her focus is strictly limited to back-end operations. The public-facing identities and consumer marketing of each legacy company remain distinct and untouched. She has already proven her ability to scale professional development across large organizations. 6 years ago, she founded What Moves Her, a leadership initiative that was recently named a 2025 finalist for the Inman Innovators Award. Inman is a leading real estate industry news organization, and the recognition highlights her capacity to manage thousands of professionals. Look at this flowchart detailing the new corporate strategy. The holding company is actively blending its command structure, pulling leaders from both the Anywhere and Compass sides, including Chief Accounting Officer Tim Gustafson and Chief Technology Officer Shay Artsy, to form a unified C-suite. Standardizing the invisible back-end technology while fiercely protecting the visible front-end brand identity is the specific mechanism required to solve the paradox of managing hundreds of thousands of agents at scale. Through these operational adjustments, Compass International Holdings is transitioning from a fractured collection of newly merged assets into a functioning, unified operation. Yannaccone has stated her primary directive clearly: ensuring that every single one of those 340,000 real estate professionals receives a tangible, direct benefit from the combined resources of the mega company. True corporate synergy is not achieved by erasing distinct corporate identities just to cut costs. It is achieved by building a universal foundation of operational support that gives distinct entities the tools they need to thrive in the market. This post-merger integration process serves as a highly visible lesson in modern corporate strategy. It proves that the long-term success of a mega-merger relies on grueling operational execution rather than the headline-grabbing initial acquisition. The viability of massive corporate empires depends entirely on the delicate balance of centralizing back-end support while decentralizing brand operations. As these locking gears demonstrate, having all parts moving in unison is the end goal. Appointing a deeply experienced operator like Yannaccone is the essential mechanism that turns a theoretical corporate behemoth into a functional, dominant reality.